What up, everybody? It's your boy P.Diddy back with another one. However you got here, whether you already subscribed to the channel, whether I popped up on your news feed, whether somebody told you about me and you checking me out for the first time, however you got here was meant for you to be here. So I appreciate it. Before I get started, if you can hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for the content. You did it? Cool. Yeah. Shouts out to everybody who keep hitting that like button, that subscribe button, sharing the content. I truly appreciate it. So I like to always say thank you. All right. Who we got up? We got this girl Tanea saying she was part of the freak off.
What?
Yeah. So this girl right here, she goes by the name of Tanea, and she was on Soft White Underbelly, and she decided to tell her Diddy story. Now, at first, I was listening to it, and, I was like, but it sounds very believable a little bit. There's a few things I'm like, okay, well, maybe she just got it a little misconstrued, but she sound pretty on point. I don't know when it was she was supposed to have went to this Diddy party, but we're going to let her tell her side of the story, all right? So here we go, y'all.
To one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
And he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were mentioning me you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not going to lie about something like that. And I kind of tried to briefly talk about it.
So who is she talking about when she said she told people? Did you tell people when it happened? Were you a victim, or were you just at a freak off and you just was telling people about it? What was it?
Because I knew it wasn't going to seem true because it was just too much. It was too
crazy.
It was too crazy. People were going to think that I was just lying. It had a lot of people involved, celebrities and stuff. So I was trying to be real vague about it. But that party traumatized me.
How did you get invited to it?
By being with a prince that I met in L.A. He lived in Glendale, California. And, long story.
In Glendale, y'all, Burbank, all of that, there's a lot of princes and stuff like that, Armenians, Iranians, and they live in Burbank and Glendale. So I'm thinking if she got with a prince like that, you know what he was trying to do, straight up. Let's continue.
Very short, I got out of this crazy little contract, and I was looking for somebody to invest in me. And I knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, I want to introduce you to a prince. He know a lot of celebrities, producers and stuff. So I never put two and two together that this prince knew P.Diddy as the producer.
When you say a prince of what?
He was a Arabian prince.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And he really was a prince for real. But I wasn't worried about him being a prince. I was worried about who he actually knew. So when he invited me to, he met me, he said, I want to invite you tomorrow to Music Ultra Week, whatever. And it's like an event, Ultra Music Week. It's like an event for 2 weeks where people party, including P. Diddy. And they party at Club Live.
So she already knew about the freak offs, the parties, or what? I still don't know. Is she hoeing, or is she talking about music? But I don't know. Looking at her, I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. Let's hear a little bit of her.
They party at just in South Beach, Star Island, where P. Diddy stays or throw his freak offs at. And I never knew that we were gonna go there because I was there for 2 weeks and I knew it was something fishy. He kept saying, I got a surprise for you. I'm like, but I'm only supposed to stay for 2 weeks and I'm here longer than 2 weeks. And it was almost a month. It was basically a month by then. And he was like, no, because I just want you to meet one special person. So he ended up telling me, like, when we went to Club Live, he was like, guess where we're going tonight? I'm like, where? He's like, to P. Diddy's house. I'm like, oh, really?
She liked that idea. You see that? We going to P. Diddy's house. She liked that idea. All right, sorry about that, y'all.
Crazy, because I hear a lot about P. Diddy, and I'm like, his house for what? Like, to go sing? He's like, no, he's throwing this wild party. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, okay. So we went from Club Live. It ended at like, the clubs end at like 3 or 4, and not 2, like how out here is. So we waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber, and me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
you know,
that's
I'm
her?
about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, you know, like, I'm probably going to have to sing for him. Da, da, da. And I just tried to, like,
She looked different from what she looked like now. Right here, she looked like she hoeing. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? But on the video, if that was the video of her when she was on her way to the party, she looked like just a normal little regular chick who probably is in LA trying to make it.
keep my composure. So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, you know, it's he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out.
Hey, when she say they put her phones away, y'all remember we seen the video of Diddy when he had all of the people coming on the boat. And y'all remember he was like, give me your phone. Everybody, give me your phone. Give me your phone. And I did see him putting the phones away in something, but I don't know if it was in like a case or something. But I remember seeing the video of Diddy taking people's phones before they got on the boat. So this part is kind of okay.
So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth.
Okay, so I guess that's her, and that's her homegirl. Okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah, that looked like her. Oh, she a little baddie. Yeah, she's a little baddie. Okay. Team Love. Hey, the cops is coming to talk to you.
Take like 4 pictures. So I, you know, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos,
Look at that.
everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house, because the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So
I want to know how long ago this was, because the kids is not that old. This had to be somewhat recent, within the last 4 years, because the sons is not that old. And for them to be involved in the freak off, they would have to at least be, 15 or something? If it was 5 years ago, one of them I think is 26. So 26. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I bet you this was in the last at least 6 years.
you have the pool, and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it.
Dang.
They're walking around naked already, and they're in the pool skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, you know, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like, I'll drink if we're partying or whatever,
So
just
you was
for that
drinking.
occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying, drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes.
What?
And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house.
Hey, what's with Diddy and them in the white? They like white toes. They like white outfits. They like white shoes. Hey, what's up with Diddy and them and this pure white thing going on? Even his mama, when he was doing the little weird video with his mama talking about how his mama with it, she had her toes painted white. What's with him with the white everything? Hey, Diddy be on one for real.
But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. You know, I'm a good, loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they said my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous.
Might as well say
something
it.
real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me,
Just
but when
say
it's
it.
about
You might
like
as
me and my
well.
family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing
The
something
police
real
is coming to
sexual,
talk
that's
to
all I'm
you
gonna
anyway.
say. So that we could see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes. But mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh my God. Because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh, yeah, you're the one that, you know, I seen was telling me about the Prince. He's like, oh, yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Like, your life is not going to be the same, da-da-da-da. We started talking about.
Yeah, your life ain't gonna be the same once they get that baby oil up in you. They about to change your life, girl. They about to grease you up, ship you out, turn you out. They gonna do all the outs to you.
Going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us?
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
what? And
Oh, yeah, they was ready to ship her out. Hey, the Popos is coming to talk to her. I'm telling you, if they ain't talked to her already, they coming. She talking about getting shipped to Cuba. Oh, yeah. The sons involved, because you know they want to get the sons involved. So, yeah, she's definitely going to be talking.
that's the thing. I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever. I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me, like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. And then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, Cassie. She came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came.
So he stopped dating Cassie in what, 2018? 18, 21, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so this had to be about that time. This is 6-7 years ago. So dang, the boys. This is not the first time I've heard about at least one son being involved in a freak off. So remember we had I don't believe Gene when I think Gene knew about it, but I don't think he was around when he said allegedly that the boys were bringing girls and then bringing them over to the house. I believe they have done that, but just not at the time when Gene was saying they were doing it. Let's continue.
To like rub on his shoulders or whatever, and he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there or whatever. So that's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl, let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there.
What was going on up in there?
I don't judge people because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies.
Wow.
This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but...
So, remember Exhibit said he was at a party with Diddy, and it sounds just like what she just described, where you had people over in this corner doing this, people over in this corner having sex. Remember? Y'all remember? That sounds exactly what Exhibit described a few years ago. It sounds like the same exact thing.
They were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking
Y'all
like,
hear that?
what are they doing here? Like,
Hey, so she said Diddy allegedly had little people dressed up at the freak-offs. That sounds interesting. Oh, man.
dressed up, little red lipstick. Like,
What?
they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like, why would they be here? So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, but then when I'm looking in this corner,
Hey, why? Because they midgets are, oh, I'm sorry. Why? Because they're little people, they ain't supposed to be there. That's funny. She said they little people, they ain't supposed to be here. They grown too.
this person laid out, and I'm looking like, what's going on? Then I'm seeing like Instagram models or whatever. I'm like, oh, hey. So I'm kind of getting distracted, feeling like kind of comfortable. Like, she's here? Oh my gosh, she's here. And then I see P.Diddy, walking through the house like with his eyes on me. Like, like.
Hell yeah, he was ready to take
is this,
that.
You see, like, are you agreeing with this? And I don't. Now, mind you, I still got my friend out there. So I walked out of the house, and I'm telling her, like, oh my God, bitch. Like, this nigga is, oh my God, she like for real? But I'm just like, I'm not even tripping. Like, oh, well, like, this nigga's weird. Like, so I'm really looking at the situation like, I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac. Like, I keep on having flashbacks about it. So, whatever. So, of course, I come out, and then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk.
6 years ago, another rapper coming up to her. Was that about the time he was hanging with French Montana? Was that about that time? Or was that about the time? When was Rick Ross on his run with Diddy? Was that wasn't 2018, was it? That was before that was. Maybe it could have been French Montana. I'm trying to think of what else rapper was in around that time was hanging with Diddy. The only one I can think of is French Montana. Either French Montana or Rick Ross, but I think most likely she probably talking about French Montana, allegedly.
Or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know the devil when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it because how am I going to get out of this shit? Like, I'm already here, and then I heard conversations or whatever, and then P. Diddy was like, that's the one that I want.
Y'all hear that? Diddy told her she's the one that he wants. So, yeah, Diddy want her. He wanted. He Mr. Take That. You feel me? Mr. Take That wanted it.
Like, they plotting on me. Like, did you
give it up or not?
Bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, producer you was talking about And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for the music week. But then I put two.
See, she said she came there to rub elbows, but the Prince brought you there to rub on balls. They didn't bring you there to rub no elbows unless you was rubbing Diddy's diddler with your elbow. Oh, man.
Like, the Prince have been saying your life is never going to be the same.
He was right.
You're going to be happy. Somebody's expecting you. And I just feel like that was the time that I was going to get sex trafficked or, drugged or something like that. And then they kept trying to make me, like, I've been around celebrities before. If a rapper wants you or somebody wants you, they're not going to do it. They're going to send somebody else to do it. So if a waitress is coming or another girl or a pretty girl or a guy, they'll sick somebody on you. Like, take this drink, do this, do that. And then you just feel eyes on you, like watching to see if you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. So I already know what time it was. And it's crazy because I had to leave that place. In my last interview, I told you I had to escape. I had to leave from the Prince because he was telling me we was leaving for Cuba the next day.
Let me get a what for that. What? So there it is, y'all. This girl, Tanea, claiming that she was at a Diddy freak-off, allegedly. And everybody there was high out of their minds, having sex everywhere. And, you had to put on white shoes. The girls did. I mean, it sounds like it goes into theme with a lot of the other stuff we hear. But I want to know what y'all think down below. Do y'all believe her? And do you think the police or the feds is going to come talking to her if they haven't already? I think they are going to come talk to her, because she seems real credible, And, yeah, there it is there. That's Tanea saying she was at the freak-off with the diddler. And she didn't feel comfortable. She felt weird. So make sure y'all leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all comments is or what y'all think about this, all right? That's all the time I got for this topic. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Y'all already know. I'm going to be back with some more reaction videos, some more news. So I'm definitely going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.